What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Draft Yoda, where we're data driven and prospect focused. I'm Bill Workman. I am Draft Yoda, and I'm your favorite draft nerd's favorite draft nerd. Today, we're talking about the best cornerback in college football, Notre Dame's Leonard Moore. Got him carrying a 9.36 grade in my 10-point scale, making him the number 10 overall player and the number one cornerback on my board. Honestly, I think Leonard Moore is one of the safest defensive prospects in the entire class. When people talk about elite corner prospects, they usually are going to focus on crazy athletic traits, speed, length, fluidity, recoverability. Leonard Moore has all that in spades. But what separates him is the production matches the traits. And God, that's rare. One of the things I love about Leonard Moore's story is he wasn't always viewed the same way as some of the other five-star prospects we've already covered. He wasn't a consensus top recruit. Some recruiting services had him as a 3-star. But the moment he stepped onto the field in Notre Dame, he looked like he belonged. It's a true freshman. Played 16 games, started 10, helped Notre Dame reach the college football playoff. Sophomore season he wasn't just a good corner. He was one of the best defensive players in America. And that's saying something, guys. First thing that jumps off the tape is his man coverage ability. God, it's elite. He mirrors receivers naturally. He flips. His hips are fluid. The feet are quick. He stays attached throughout the entire route. A lot of corners panic when they lose leverage. I haven't seen that from Leonard Moore. He recovers, and his ability to recover is absolutely outstanding. And then his ball production is just phenomenal as well. 5 interceptions, 7 pass breakups in just 10 games. That's outstanding production. And it's important to get those takeaways. I mean, you've got 5 interceptions there. That's huge. He's creating opportunities, and it's through his instincts and his positioning. I think the thing that I'm most impressed with is his versatility. He's equally as comfortable in man and zone. He is, I don't want to call him scheme proof, but it's going to be very hard to find a scheme I don't think I would like him in. One thing I always ask when evaluating a quarterback is this: can this guy erase my number one wide receiver? I don't want him to compete with him. I don't want him to slow him down. I want him to erase him. I want my number one option off the board. If a corner can do that, that's a monster. And guess what? Leonard Moore has that ability. The length is there, the instincts. He's competitive. His recovery speed is insane. And perhaps most importantly, he never looks overwhelmed. And I think that's what leads to his turnovers. And let's be real, turnovers change football games. His pick 6 against Oregon was a game changer. His interception against Stanford, the interception against Boston College, they weren't just lucky plays. He was in great positioning, and they changed the course of that game. I never thought any of those games were truly in doubt for Notre Dame, but when you think you have a chance, You get back on your feet in a fight, only to find out that, oh, no, you don't. That can crush you. And takeaways can do that. That's one of the things I love. But like I've said in every single one, nobody's perfect. I'll probably say it in every single one. But his biggest issue is tackling. He had seven missed tackles last season, um, which isn't a disaster. But when you're at this high and this rare of an air as a top 10 prospect, it's going to get noticed. He needs to be more consistent, finishing in space. And I think he needs to improve his tackling to really improve his run support. There are times where he wasn't in the right position to set an edge. He missed a tackle that allowed a running back to get, outside on the edge. And there's little things. Again, we're nitpicking at this high of a level. His aggressiveness also can work against him occasionally. Same confidence that creates the interceptions, occasionally create big plays against him. But those are becoming rarer. That was more a freshman problem than a sophomore problem for him. He's long, fluid, technically sound, outstanding instincts. He's comfortable in man. He's comfortable in zone. And I absolutely believe he will be the number one cornerback in this draft coming up. If the season was done today, he'd already be my cornerback one. This is my preseason rankings, and he's there. The production's there, the traits are there, the tape is there. He could honestly probably sit out this season. He wouldn't be the number 10 prospect, but he'd probably still be fighting for a cornerback one position. And NFL teams are always looking for corners that can play with the elite wide receivers, and we're about to get a ton of elite wide receivers into the NFL over the next few years. So that's just going to add value to corners and add value to Leonard Moore. My final grade for him coming into the preseason is a 9.36 out of 10, making him my number 10 player, my number one cornerback, and one of the safest defensive prospects in the entire country. He has legitimate shutdown corner potential. I think he is immediately an NFL starter, and watch the tape, backs me up. But that's just my board. What do you think? Where do you stand on Leonard Moore? Is he the best cornerback in college football? Can he become the first corner selected in next year's draft? Drop your thoughts and comments down below. If you enjoy these player evaluations built around film and analytics, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to keep putting in the work and keep showing out. Okay? I'm Draft Yoda, Bill Workman, your favorite draft nerd's favorite draft nerd. I'll see you guys next time.